Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a birthday card, and this birthday card is for my best girlfriend. She's always been there for me for thick and thin, and I really appreciate her, and I call her my sister girl. So now we're not using the Cricket and the Gypsy. Sorry for those of you who follow my channel, because I do a lot of cards with the Cricket and the Gypsy. As I've said in previous videos, I'm really starting to really enjoy using my Silhouette. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to do any Cricket and Gypsy videos again. It may be a while, because right now I'm really enjoying using the Silhouette. And I will be doing some videos where I won't be using either machine, and I will be doing cards using the Spellbinders Creator dies, but whenever I do those, I always give you the measurements. So what does the card look like that I've made for my girlfriend today? I'm going to bring this up on a white background because the card does have black in it, and when I had it on my previous mat, you wouldn't have been able to get the full effect of the card. But this is the card that we will be making. And as I said, we will be using the Silhouette, and we will be using this file, which is from SVG Cuts. Now, my girlfriend loves shoes, just like I do. So I thought I'd give her a card in the shape of a shoe. So when you open it up, it does have a few sentiments in it. So if you want to make this card with me, come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so I got the shoe file from SVG Cuts, and the name of the kit is Amelia's Accessories SVG Kit. So what you'll need to do is go to svgcuts.com, and then you can go ahead, and if you want to do a search, you can put in what I did to find this card was to put in shoe, or you can actually put in the name of the kit, which is Amelia's Accessories SVG Kit. Then you'll need to purchase it and then download it to your workstation. And I've shown how to do this previously, so I'm not going to show how to do this now. So then, once you have it, you're going to go ahead and open up your Silhouette Studio Design software, because that's what I'm using to open this card. I do believe there's another way to do it with the, if you don't have the Designer Edition, and I don't actually know how to do that, but I'm sure you can go ahead out to YouTube and Google it, and there's been some people explaining how you can do this if you don't have SVG. I'm sorry, if you don't have the Silhouette Studio Design software. And all of the SVG Cuts files are considered SVG files, so you will need something to assist you with cutting those type of files. So now what I'm going to do is, I already have my mat open, and I've already got it at reveal the mat. So rather than choosing open, I'm going to go ahead up to file, and I'm going to choose merge. And then remember, the default with the Design Studio software and with the regular version is to open files as studio files, but we're not going to do that. We're going to open it as an SVG file. So I need to go ahead and get to my file, and it is Amelia's Accessories SVG Cuts. So we'll open that, and then we'll open the SVG folder. And this is just how I have mine set up. You can set yours up however the way you want to do it. Some people import the files into their library. I don't like doing that because there's lots of times it doesn't always work, for me anyway. So the name of the card is, I believe it's Sabine or Sabine. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'm going to double click on that folder, and here are all my pieces. So you're going to go ahead and add each one of your pieces. So now when you bring in the shoe card itself, it is not grouped together, because if I move this, you will see that those pieces are not grouped. So I'm going to just do undo, and I'm going to go ahead and select all, and you'll come down here and choose your select all, and then I'm just going to group them together by choosing my group selection button. So now it's grouped together and I can move it around. So right now I'm just going to add my pieces. So once again, I'm going to go up to File and Merge. And the reason why I'm choosing Merge is because I want all my pieces to open up and lay in this one particular mat. If I choose open and choose them separately, they will open on separate mats. So we'll click the SVG, and then we'll add the next piece, and that would be the little flowers that are the centers, and then I'll click File and Merge again. I wish there was a way that I could choose all of them at once and lay all of them on the mat, and there may be, and I just don't know how to do it. So if you're watching this video and you're using the designer edition and you know of a way to bring all of them onto the mat at once, I would appreciate it if you leave me a comment in this video telling me how to do that, or you can private message me to my inbox and let me know. So now the next thing we want to do is add the envelope, and this card does come with an envelope, so I'm just going to move it off to the side here. So what I want you to do is go ahead and add all of your pieces, and then I'll be back and show you actually how my layout looks to make this card. Okay everybody, so you should now have all of your pieces for the card on your mat or somewhere within this file. Now I moved the envelope over here because we're going to cut that separately. Now the other thing that I've decided to do is I wanted to add a happy birthday to the envelope. And my happy birthday is a Silhouette Studio file. So I'm going to go to my library, and I actually had it under a folder that I created called Phrases and Words, and it is this one right here. It's just called Happy Birthday. So I'm going to double click on it. Now of course we know we don't want it that big, so we'll do some resizing so that we can set this up that it's not as big. But before you do your ungrouping, because you notice these two are together and I'm going to be cutting them in two different colors, you want to make sure everything is still grouped together so that you can do the resizing, so both sizes for the top layer and the bottom layer are the same. So now I've already laid everything out previously when I cut this card out, so I'm going to go to that file and we'll talk about some things that I did. So now here is my shoe, and I've changed my paper size. Let's do that real quick, to be letter size, because that was the size of my paper that I was using to cut this out. So I went up to my page icon, and this chose letter, and then I laid my shoe so that it would fit. Now if you lay it the way it comes in, it won't fit on that size paper, so I did a rotate, and this is your rotate button up here. I just clicked on that and then I rotated it so that I could get it to fit on the paper. The other thing that I've done is I decided I want to use my Silhouette sketch pens and write a personal greeting in the inside of the card, and then I'm going to also do some rubber stamping. So to do this, I'm going to go back to the one that we've already created, or we pulled in the file, the card, and I'm going to click on text, and then I'm just going to put my, or click where I want my text to go, and then I would start typing in. Now of course I need to change the size, so we'll just say we're gonna make it, let's use 14. And then you'll choose your font, and the fonts are coming from the fonts that you have on your computer. You can also add additional fonts by going out to a website and picking up any fonts that you want. The one that I use is the font, and I'll put that link down below in the description of this video where I get my fonts for. Some of them are free and some you may have to do a donation. So I'm just going to choose one font in general and just do some typing. And this typing is not anything, it's just something at random. So then you would just keep typing that in. And then when you go ahead to, what you're going to do first is you're going to print this. So this is going to be a print and cut. So once you've chosen your font and you have all your wording in, you are going to send this to the printer. And I've shown how to do this before in a previous video, how to do the print and cut. Now, something I need to point out to everyone, when you import the SVG files, I'm going to go up to my cut style window, and you will notice that there are no cut lines. That's because the Silhouette doesn't know that it's supposed to cut this. So what you will have to do is tell it to cut by clicking your image, and in this case, let's say we've already printed this out. Then what we will do is we will make this a no cut because we've already printed it, and we will make the shoe a cut. That way it will not print, or it will not cut your wording. It will only cut the outline of the shoe. So you'll need to go ahead and you can do a select all, and it will select everything and click cut. So now it's all ready to cut. So I'm just gonna undo everything that I did because I just wanted to point that out to everyone. And we're gonna go back to my original card, and we'll get out of the cut style window so you can see. So now you won't have to do that for the happy birthday because the happy birthday is a studio file. So now the other thing I wanted to point out and show real quickly, because I know some of you are wondering, and I actually was wondering this myself, how do I, if I want to make these two separate images because I want to cut them in different colors? Well, I originally cut them twice because I didn't know how to do it, but I just recently found that I didn't have to do that. So let's go back to our card that we pulled up. Now as you can see, these are both connected together. I'm just going to delete this real quick and move it over. And I want to cut them in separate colors. Well, you could, if you lay them on the mat, you could take your cardstock and make sure you cut it only about that wide, and then cut another piece about that wide. Then you would get them in separate colors. But I was playing around with this, and I'm just discovering this myself, so I don't even know if this is right. But these two pieces are together, so you would think that you would be able to right click and click ungroup. Well, that worked. When I tried this earlier, it did not. Okay, here's one. This one does not ungroup. So that one did. I'm going to group those back together, or just do an undo. But these two will not ungroup. So what I found to get them to ungroup is I clicked on the option release compound path, and that ungroups it, and then I could cut them any way I wanted in any color. So that's it, everybody. So let me show you one more thing, and that is to determine what size to make the happy birthday. Now now I have the happy birthday. And I just kept resizing it. And I know that this is the center portion of my envelope, so I just brought it over and I put it on top. And then I kind of rotated it just so I know it would fit. I knew it had to be fit within here and within that square like that. Don't worry about this piece fitting, because really what you want is just that happy birthday, the top layer, because the bottom layer will be on under the top layer. So that's it, everybody. So what I want you to do is go ahead, lay your pieces out, resize if you're going to put the happy birthday on the envelope. Everything else I kept the size that it came in as. I didn't make any changes for the shoe and the accessories. So once you've done that and you've cut everything out, meet me back at the table and we're going to put this card together. So this is going to be a two-part video, because I want you to get all the steps and practice the steps before you go ahead and cut it out and put the card together. So do that and meet me back at part 2.